Hello guys, I'm Akira. Have you guys ever learned Japanese or watched Japanese anime? If you have ever learned Japanese culture or language, you might find the Japanese language is very different from English or any other European languages. One of the interesting differences is the first person pronoun. If you watch Japanese anime, sometimes you see Japanese have many first pronouns, right? You just say I in English as a subject, but you will see in Japanese 私 or 私、俺、僕、私、うち、自分, etc., etc., etc. There are so many expressions in Japanese, right? I will explain the concept of Japanese first-person pronouns and how each expression sounds for Japanese people. So you will learn which expression you are supposed to use in this video. Let me explain with 俺 firstly. 俺 would be most frequently used for males, and it's the expression just for males. Guys start using this first-person pronoun around the elementary school age. 俺 is used from kids till even middle age or like some elderlies. 俺 is not formal but very casual, talking to families, girlfriend or friends. It sounds manly but also has no class. So guys don't use 俺 in business or the very formal situation. Students may use 俺 whether they are younger or older than others, but when Japanese people graduate from schools and work full-time, they wouldn't use 俺 to older people. Next is 自分. 自分 has been used since the Meiji era when Japan was modernized in 1868. 自分 was used by military soldiers at the beginning, so the impression of 自分 can be formal. Ladies use 自分 in certain contexts too. However, 自分 can also sound formal or serious, so ladies don't use 自分 many times. The last one for guys is 僕. 僕 is used for small children and some business persons. This is originally 謙譲語, which means your position is shown as low and to respect who you talk. However, this is also an informal expression. Japanese people may use this with their older colleagues or bosses, but wouldn't use it if they talk to new clients or someone who they don't know much. I personally recommend using 私 for males who learn Japanese until they understand the first-person pronouns by heart. It's because, for example, if they use 俺 to strangers, it can sound aggressive or rude to them. Using 私 doesn't give Japanese people unintentional bad impressions. For females, the common choices are less than males. As I said before, ladies use 私, 私, and 私. 私 and 私 were already explained, and so next is 私. 私 comes from 私, but it's more informal. Ladies wouldn't use 私 in business. If you have talked to small Japanese girls, you may notice that they may use うち as a first-person pronoun. This is casual and not many adults would use it. In my impression, うち is used until either in elementary school or teens. They slowly shift from うち to 私 or 私 from let's say somewhere in teenage. So I talked about how first-person pronouns were used in different age gender groups. So the question is why there are many first-person pronouns in Japanese. One of the reasons people often say in Japan that there are so many first-person pronouns is that the Japanese language is spoken in relation to other people. I personally believe that the Japanese language is influenced by Confucianism. Confucianism is a very wide and deep topic, but my point with Confucianism is that age and the social status of who you talk to matter how you speak. It means that how you should speak depends on who you speak to each time. If you are younger or in a lower position than who you are talking to, then you should speak politely. On the other hand, you shouldn't be too humble if you are older or higher position. This is slightly off topic. You can find some similar rules in South Korea because of sharing a Confucianism background. Based on your age and the counterpart's age, There are certain ways to call younger and older males and females to show respect in South Korea. So what are the roles of such a variety of first-person pronouns in Japanese? Actually, they are helpful for stories such as novels, movies, manga, and anime. If a protagonist uses ore, readers would get an impression that protagonist can be wild or aggressive, not so polite. On the other hand, if the protagonist uses boku, he may be serious but also timid. For example, in anime Neon Genesis Evangelion, the main character Shinji Ikari uses boku, which shows his personality that he is not social but timid. On the other hand, sometimes a female anime character uses boku in anime on purpose. This is not common in reality, but calling herself boku makes the character a unique personality with a boyish impression. So, first-person pronouns are also useful for the Japanese proverbs. René Descartes, a very famous philosopher from France, said, "I think, therefore I am." This is translated as 我思うゆえに我あり in Japanese. In this case, I is not either translated as 私 or 僕 in this case, but it's translated as 我. 我 is also one of the first-person pronouns in the Middle Age. However, it's not used anymore. Using 私 is not a mistranslation for this proverb, of course. However, saying 我 makes the proverb more classic and sounds universal, like beyond time and space. Another example is also from France. It's in English, I am the state. This is translated 秦は国家なり in Japanese. In this case, 秦 is first-person pronoun and Qin is originally from China. Originally, it was used by Chinese aristocrats. Then it was used only by the Chinese emperor later. So it came to Japan as a first-person pronoun only used by the Japanese emperor. The quotation was attributed to the French king Louis XIV. This is why it's appropriate to translate it as Qin to show authority in this case. We can talk a lot about Japanese person pronouns. I understand that it's difficult to learn all the first person pronouns in Japanese. However, the variety of first person pronouns definitely makes Japanese unique and contributes to the depth and beauty of the language. I hope this video helps you find learning Japanese fun and encouraging. Thank you for listening.